To it. All right, guys, it's your boy Trey. Let's just talk Trey. And this is just a podcast, kind of just a free flow. We don't really know where we're going with this, but I had to bring it on. How you doing, Courtney?
I'm doing fine, Trey. How are you?
I am doing amazing. I got you here finally. I did not, first off, I didn't know you were going to do this. Like, what gave you the courage? Because at first you were like, nah, I got to wait until like I heal. I think, what happened?
Well, you know, um, I got some good news with my OT 2 weeks ago now. And, I didn't know this is the first time where I actually had like a wrist infusion. So I did not know
Mhm.
how my body would adjust. Like my last surgery, 6 weeks post-op, I was good to go.
Yeah.
Start a normal life again, but slowly. This one is totally different. So I was like, the first 3 days, first week of surgery, it was just like I was tired every single day. I think week 2, I was finally coming around. And then, week 3 and then week 4. And I was like, you know what? Let me owe him this podcast. Let me do this. I feel better. Let me do this. Let me share my story. It's time.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Have you ever been on another person's podcast before?
Years
Or
ago.
first? Years ago, really?
Well, not a podcast person. Well, years ago, um it was about something else. Forgot what it was about. It was just years and years ago. Actually, no, it wasn't a podcast. It was more like a Facebook Live thing.
Okay.
And I was sharing my story about something else, but an actual podcast, no, you are my first.
I was about to say, I was about to get jealous. I was about to get a little jealous. I was a little angry, but okay.
My first person on the podcast. So yeah.
We good now. We friends now. We friends again. We were beefing at first.
Okay. I'm glad we're good now.
You still got that Xbox in it though, so
Look,
you teetering, you teetering.
so we talked about the Xbox.
And we talked about it, but I still ain't happy about it.
Okay. I guess.
No, but that's amazing. I'm just happy to have you on. I'm always happy to have somebody on. When somebody come on here, it's always just an amazing experience. We end up talking a little longer than what we planned, but I just wanted to bring you on because of your story. You know what I'm saying? Like knowing you and hearing things about your hand and you having surgeries and just going through the things you've been through. Um, Either before or after you had your initial surgery, some things we kind of got into on top of the other things you've experienced and just been through. Um, I wanted to just start with that, if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind. I don't mind. No.
Okay. All right. So if we want to start from, I guess, the surgeries and why you even had it or why you continue to have surgeries, did you want to
Yeah.
kind of let the people know?
So I okay, let's backtrack. So I had my son in 2009, and I was working in the food industry at the time, and I remember I had bumped my knee,
Mm,
and I went to the ER. They gave me a steroid shot. It helped a little bit, but it was still swollen. And I went back to the ER. They gave me this medication. It didn't do anything. So I remember my mother called me and she was like, hey, I have RA,
yeah.
right? Rheumatoid arthritis. I'm going to say RA, but that's what that is, rheumatoid arthritis.
Mm,
And she's like, I need to get tested. Well, rheumatoid arthritis, I thought was a disease that someone that's like elderly could get because I saw it in my grandmother. I've seen it in other elderly people. I did not think it could affect young kids, teenagers, someone in their 20s. I just didn't know.
yeah.
So I remember um, I made an appointment. I got tested and they were like, yeah, you have moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis. And I'm like,
Mm,
okay, and what does that mean?
Right. Right.
They were like, we need to put you on medication ASAP. And
What?
they put me on medication. And I've been dealing with it for over 10 years now. I am 41. But and then over time I was on methotrexate, and every week I was getting nauseous. Um, I was sick every week, and then I went from that to um, Plaquenil, and
Plaquenil?
Plaquenil.
Mm.
For anybody that takes it, I highly recommend they get their eyes checked, because I remember I was taking the medication,
Yeah.
and they were like, you need to get your eyes checked every year, a, a full eye check exam, not just we would get at Walmart, but an actual full eye check. And I was like, I'm not doing that. So I went to Walmart, and
Mm.
the doctor there was like, hey, I can't, I can only do so much. You need to see, someone that could specialize in this. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm good. So remember, God spoke to me, and he was like, get you an eye doctor right now. So I found an eye doctor who's absolutely amazing. I love him to death. And I went to get my eyes checked, and he was like, this medication can damage your eyes. Yeah. And by he was like, if I see anything, he's like, if I see anything, I'm gonna call you. Did the exam. I went home. An hour later, it was like 5 o'clock. He had to close. An hour later, like, Courtney, I said, hey, Doc. He's like, well, what's going on? He goes, remember I told you I would call you if I found something? I said, oh, shoot. Yes, sir. He goes, got the medication right now. Call your doctor tomorrow. Get something else. Okay.
What?
Yeah. Apparently it was messing with my eyes to the point where if I did not stop taking the medication, I would have lost my vision.
What?
Um, I remember he was telling me about someone that can barely see now, and she was like younger 20s.
Wow.
So I'm crying. I'm like, oh my God, I'm up here crying. And so I ended up taking an infusion. Well, I went from that to Orencia, and
Mm.
an infusion is pretty much where you sit in a chair for about 30 minutes, sometimes longer, depending on the biologic. I know I've seen patients that were there for 1 hour, two, 3 hours.
Yeah.
Me, I'm there for like 30 minutes. So I took the Orencia, that was fine.
Mm.
Then I moved out of my state to another state, and they put me on another shot. Well, apparently I didn't like the shot because it was making me dizzy and nauseous.
Mm.
And I went off the medication because I was moving back here, back home.
Mm.
Off the medication, came back, put me back on the Orencia.
Mm.
I got sick. Well, when you're doing these infusions, if you have any kind of infection or any illness,
Yeah.
you cannot take the infusion until you feel better. So I remember I had got laryngitis, and I got real, real sick. So for a couple of months, I could not have the medication. Yeah, things got fully, fully better. So the time that I was not on the medication, my hands started to what they call deviate to my left hand was going to the left, my hands were going to the right.
Mm.
I don't
Like
like surgery.
like they were bending to the right.
They were actually swaying to the left, one was swaying to the right
Wow. Okay.
because of my RA, and it was messing with my joints.
Gotcha.
And so over time, I kept putting it off, putting it off, putting it off. And my RA at the time, she was like, eventually you're going to need to have surgery. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't like surgery. I'm scared of surgery.
Yeah. This is your first time having surgery?
This kind of surgery, yes. I had a surgery in 2015, and then my wisdom teeth, and then I was born premature. So I had surgery on my neck. So as far as this kind of surgery, yeah, this is my first time.
Wow.
So my years later, I kept holding off. And I remember I saw my rheumatologist. She was like, hey, remember I told you about your hands? I'm like, yes. She goes,
Mhm.
I really think you need surgery. And oh yeah, by the way, I'm leaving. I was like,
What?
thank you for the
Right.
what? Like I've known her for over like
No.
I've known her for years. And she was like, I need you to get I need you to get your hands looked at. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay. So I ended up seeing a orthopedic surgeon who was amazing. She was the best. Um, she was the best to the point where everybody knew her. They knew her for work. I didn't know her. I just knew she was the only orthopedic surgeon. Very hard to find an orthopedic surgeon that deals with rheumatic patients, patients that have RA.
Mhm.
Very, very hard. So she was the only person in my city at the time.
Why is it very, very hard, if you want me to ask?
It's a niche thing. A lot of doctors
Mm-hmm.
won't do it. So I went to see her and she was like, hey, we're gonna do surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, how are you? Hello, I'm Courtney. Nice to meet you. She was like, yeah, we're gonna do surgery. What?
My goodness. Like she did. So as soon as you met her, it was like, hey, we doing surgery.
Yeah, it was
That's
immediate.
crazy.
So in like a couple of months, I was in school, and so so I was an undergrad
Mm-hmm.
when I had my first surgery, and so we did it, and I remember I was like, I don't want to do this, and she was like, this is the quality of life thing.
Mm-hmm.
So October 12th, 2021 was my very first surgery.
Mm.
Um, it took about 4 hours.
Are you serious?
It was my left hand. They removed one, two, three, four of my knuckles
Ooh.
and put in implants. And my hands are straight, but not like yours where you can actually physically grab a whole bunch of stuff. I can grab some things
Yeah.
and not grab tightly onto something, but I have enough to hold me by. So that was 2021. Then, I'm an undergrad doing homework, doing papers, went to do OT. And
How are you doing this with your left hand or using your right hand?
I'm right-handed, so I had the Dragon text to speech software here at the time. So I was putting that using my right hand, just knocking out homework.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
couple, I think second week into it, I was talking to my OT and he was like, I need to tell you something. I'm like, what?
Mm. Got it.
What? You know, prior to that, he was checking my hand. And that day he was like, he saw my hand and there was some drainage going on. It didn't look pretty.
Mm.
He was like, what did you eat? Uh, I had a donut before I got here. He's like, what time? Like 8:30. He goes, what else?
Mm.
Scaring me. He goes, picture. He goes, I'll be right back. What? I'm freaking out. He goes to the doctor, comes back. He goes, we're admitting to the ER. What?
What?
I'm panicking, heart racing. When I get stressed out, I get a headache. Head was throbbing. I'm like, what do you mean I'm going to the ER? He goes, you're going to the ER. I need you to go right now. What?
My good. Right now, like, what is? Yeah.
I had to leave my OT, go straight to the hospital. And he was like, we think your hand might be infected. We don't know. We don't want to take any chances.
No.
Great. So I'm fit. I'm calling my mom, like, Mom, I gotta go to the hospital. And she's like, wait, what's going on? I got so she like hangs up, rushes her butt up here. If you don't have my son. So she rushes up here. I'm in the ER and I'm just sitting there with my doctor and she's like, what did you eat? I said, I had a donut. What time was that? At 8:30. It was 5 p.m. before I could go into surgery because you have to wait a couple because the surgery was like immediate. I had hours before I could go into surgery. So I went into surgery. Thankfully, there was no infection. It was just, I guess, it needed to be cleaned out the drainage part because with my doctor, they put with this doctor, she put a catheter in my hand. So that's what I was dealing with.
Yeah.
And came out, everything was fine. Stayed there for 3 days. Came out. Then I went to see my OT a couple days later. And he's like, I got something to tell you. I'm like, if you tell me I have to go back to the hospital, you can kick some serious rocks, darling. I'm not playing. He was like, no, I bet you're gonna need a second surgery. Don't say that. Please don't. Well, I go back to my doctor and she was like, hey, I'm leaving. Oh, okay, where you leaving to? I'll follow you. You know, I'm the person that if you're doctor, I'm gonna go where you go. In the city or I'll go, or in the state, I'll go where you go.
Yeah.
I'm retiring.
Oh, yeah, I know.
How are you gonna retire? You only did one hand. I have two hands. She said, first of all, Miss Thing, you gave me a heart attack. I said, what? She goes, your hands are incredibly small. Second of all, I'm retiring. But you're missing my right hand. You can't just leave one and not do the other one. So she retired. She referred me to someone that she knew very well, but unfortunately, the wait would have been longer. So I ended up looking for a doctor on my own. I found one. God said, that's not the one I want you to have. And somehow, I don't know how this happened. Somehow I got the doctor I have now, who is an amazing, amazing person. And I went to him and he was like, Courtney, I'm going to be blunt with you. We got to do another surgery. I'm up here calling my OT like, you jinxed me and I don't like you.
Yeah, come on. What's all right? Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
From the first surgery, or the first time you were told you had to get a surgery, up until this part in the story, what is keeping you upright? Like, what's keeping you from throwing in the towel and just giving up, just saying, I'm done?
You know what? When I had that first surgery, I never forget this. I was a nervous wreck.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect. I'm in the back crying.
Wow.
And I remember the nurse was like, listen to me. This is a quality of life issue. You need this surgery. I don't want the surgery. She goes, you want to leave right now? Yeah. She goes, you can leave. But it's a quality of life issue. She goes, baby, you need this surgery. I never, that's what keeps me from hanging the towel. Trust me, I've wanted to so many things. I think about that lady and I think about my faith. It's not the strongest, but God says,
Yeah.
all things are possible through him. And
Yeah.
I had to lean on God.
Yeah.
Heavily had to lean on God because everybody is like, I don't know how you did it. And but for a doctor, I was visiting my uncle. He was in the hospital a while ago. I remember I was visiting a doctor and we were talking about rheumatoid arthritis. And he was like, did you have surgery on your hand? And he was like, yeah. He goes, let me see. And he was like, how old are you? And I was like, at the time I was 40. No, I was 13. And he was like, oh my God, you're so young. Can I take a picture? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? you know,
Shit, like, well,
because he was so fascinated the fact that somebody this young had this
I
kind of
had
stuff.
rheumatoid arthritis. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was just my family and God, my support system. You know, I tell everybody it takes a village to raise a child, but it takes a village to help an adult. And
Wait, you said, but it take a what to help an adult?
it takes a village to raise a child, but it takes that same village to help an adult.
Oh, I feel that.
And
Oh.
my village came through, and that's what keeps me going. Um, so I had the second surgery,
Mm.
and I was like, do I have to wear a catheter?" He was like, "Nope, no catheter in your hand. That's not how we do things." "Are you good? Are you sure you know what you're doing?" Because he. So you sure? He's like, "I'm very good." I said, "The difference between being cocky and being good." So I've had RA for a long time, sweetheart. I thought, and the nurse was like, "He's very good. He does my husband's shoulder." I said,
Mm.
"You better keep me alive, or I'll haunt you in your dreams."
Yeah, yo. No, no, you did not. You ain't said that.
I sure did. I was very fun with him, very blunt. And the funny thing is, I'm one of the originals. When I met him when he first started working at the company.
Yeah.
So I'm one of the originals. I'm also one of the furthest patients. Like I'm an hour and 40 minutes away from him.
Yeah.
And so the one thing I love about him as a doctor and someone who cares about his patients, because he does, is that he called my RA doctor that I have now. They have a meeting. They say, "Look, this is what I'm going to do to her. When can she do her infusion? Da 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 da." Because because I have an infusion, everything has to be timed. I can't push nothing back. So like I have to do the surgery,
Yeah.
wait about 2 weeks, do the infusion. That is if I don't have an infection. Everything has to be timed down to the minute. So he talked to my doctor. They went over what was going to happen. He also reached out to a colleague of his, an RA colleague of his, and explained to him what he was going to do to me. And the doctor was they were talking. So he goes above and beyond to make sure that okay, I'm making sure this is right. Well, I had the second surgery, and it was different between my first doctor and him because my first doctor I was knocked out.
Yeah.
The time I did it, I was half out. So I was actually in there. Me and him were singing Eminem and Dr. Dre, operating room. Yeah,
Boy, yeah.
I was singing. I was actually in there at the hospital, and we were just singing, and and I'm just sitting here singing and singing and singing, and
I didn't know you were singing now. Yeah, you got to let us hear something later.
and we were just I was singing. I could still hear his voice. Day, and I think I freaked out everybody because I had a team of 6 people in my room.
Mm.
So I freaked out everybody. And after that, after I came to, they were like, "There goes our singer." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" They're like, "You don't know? What happened?" They were like, "You were singing with your doctor." And wow, they're like, "You knew every song." And
No.
yeah. And he loved it, you know. And after that, I did the follow up, and you know, everything was good.
Yeah.
And then that was in 2002, 2002.
Mm.
Then last year, first, second, third, last year, February 15th, in my master's, started working on my master's. February 15th, I had to have my third surgery
Wow.
on my right hand. And we thought this would fix it, but unfortunately, my RA was getting severe to the point where the last surgery did not fix it.
What?
So they were hoping it would, but it didn't. So after that, um, he was like, "You might need another surgery." So went back, did schoolwork. A couple months later, came back, went back to the follow up, took pictures, and he was like this year, he was like, "You're gonna have to have another surgery." And he says your right wrist and your left wrist are completely shot. Well, my left wrist I dislocated.
What? How did you do that?
I have no idea what I was doing. I think I bumped into it or did something in the shower. I don't know. I didn't hurt like hell. Um, I dislocated my thumb also.
What?
So it finally popped back in, and he says your wrists are shot. He said they're completely shot.
Oh,
And he says we're gonna have to do a wrist infusion, and he says I'm gonna try and replace all four of your knuckles, but I don't know. We'll see how the surgery goes.
yeah.
So I said, well, if you do the wrist, can I move it? He was like, no. Huh?
Yeah. No.
What do you mean no? And he goes, so here's the thing. I don't think he quite explained it well enough to me, uh, because I'm an overthinker and I will run off. You say something to me, I'm gonna run with it. And
Ugh.
I was like crying and I was upset. And I said, how long is the recovery? He said 6 to 8 weeks. Because we were supposed to do it after I graduated from school, but unfortunately, I had some issues with school and I transferred to a new school. So we ended up doing it September 2nd.
Okay.
So we did the surgery. I came into the OR and he was like, he's like, I'm gonna try and do all your knuckles, but I don't think I can. I'll let you know after the surgery. And I said, okay. And I said, look, you better have a banging playlist this time. Back on, because I know. I asked him, I said, how did I do? He goes, yeah, the last time you said my music sucked and went and started singing. I said, look, you better have you need to bring back Dre and Eminem because that's how I feel right now. You better look if your butt. I'm upset with you because the time and we had a date and you rigged on that time and that date. So I'm really upset with you. So you better bring me some T-Pain, something. He says, I said, there better not be no Taylor Swift. And he was like, uh-oh. He was like, don't say that because your girl does not like Taylor Swift. Well, she likes Taylor Swift. I said, well, we ain't playing that because I'm upset. I was supposed to actually, I was supposed to bring my own playlist to the OR room, but
Oh
we
man.
didn't have time to. And he would have been like, "What the heck is she listening to?"
Yo, they play music and everything in there.
Oh yeah, he plays. A lot of doctors listen to music to help them with the surgery.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of doctors they will listen. They be having jazz where they want to play in the surgery. So yeah. So I should have asked. I'm gonna have to ask him when I see him Friday.
You hold on. I'm sorry. I gotta backtrack. You telling me in the surgery, and I guess maybe because it's taking, like you said, 4 hour surgery and stuff like that. So they have music playing while they operating on a person's body.
Mhm.
What?
I've seen other movies and videos where the surgeon will have jazz music or something and they're operating. It kind of helps them.
What? Does that not make you scared though? Like if they gonna get a little relaxed or too relaxed and start to fall asleep?
Well, no, my doctor. See, the reason why, the one thing about my doctor is he does not like me. I think the third surgery, I had to be there. I had to leave at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
to be there by 6.
Mm.
So we made a deal. Look, no early morning. You better push it 9, 10 o'clock because I could. This is. I was tired.
Yeah.
I I don't know if I sung with this surgery because I think he had me all the way out. Uh, I know the last surgery I was actually moving my feet, and
Uh,
I remember
wow.
I remember someone saying, I remember someone telling him because he said she's fine, she's singing, she's just fine. I think I scared one of the other. I don't know if they were interns or what, but I think I scared one of the other staff in the OR room because I remember him saying in my ear, "She's fine. She's singing. She does it all the time." Then I started moving my feet because I'm sitting here like getting into the song and I'm singing. I moved my feet and they were like, "Yeah, we need her to put her back under. She's starting to move her feet." So this current surgery, I know that they had fused my wrist. There is I thought the plate was like a little bitty plate. No, the plate is from if you look at the top of your knuckles,
Yeah.
like my plate is from the bottom part of the knuckle all the way down like the middle of my arm. There's like a really long scar right in the middle. And they did so with the last surgery, they took out a tendon in my pointer finger
Yeah.
and put it in the by my pinky because my pinky and my fingers were starting to on their drift to the right.
Mm.
So I have like a swan necking, which is like deformity in my fingers. They took that tendon out to put it over there by pinky so it would not keep drifting forward. We'll go to the right. So this one, they took out just my two knuckles and they put the implants in there. And I have the plate. So I will not be able to use my right hand till probably January. We're praying about that. But I am able to slowly move my arm to the right and to the left very, very carefully. Like
Mm.
my hand needs to heal. And I can tell because I can feel it doing whatever it's doing in this right hand. Like I'll feel it hurting or I'll feel it tingling. So I'll feel something. I do get it checked every week. It is normal. So I know that I have to get my left one done next year after I graduate.
Mm.
As much as I don't want to get it done again, it is a quality of life issue. He was going to fuse my hand because he said, Courtney, it boils down to cosmetics versus quality of life. And he's like, what did he say? He said, if I fuse your hand, you won't be able to use it ever at all. And I was like, nope, nope. Option one for 300, Alex. Go ahead.
You sister.
Because I need my hand. I have school. I need things to do. No fusing of all the hands.
Yeah.
So I talked to him at the surgery I remember before I went under, um, he came to me, he said, what's your name? What's your date of birth? I said, hell, I don't.
Yeah.
I had the happy juice in me. So then I had the happy juice in me. They gave me some pills to take. This was even before I got the anesthesia. I had a nerve block in my neck to numb my arm. Yeah, they will put it's kind of like I call it an epidural. I had my son, so I said you just gave me a arm epidural because they look for my vein through the
What?
ultrasound, through the ultrasound, and they'll put the needle in my neck where the vein is at to numb my right side.
What?
Yes. Uh, then they give me the happy juice. So I'm no, I was feeling pretty good, and I said this better be my last surgery on my right hand. He goes, I hope so. I said, ain't no hope, honey. This is it. Yeah. I'm tired. My body is tired. I have been in school through all these surgeries.
Yo.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
And then he goes, well, we're gonna do the left one. I said, we'll see, but I'm gonna have to do it. I don't want to do it, but my left wrist is already starting to hurt again. So it'll be in October, and at least with this one, I already have the knuckle implants, so it should be a smoother process.
Yeah.
I think I got there. I was late at the surgery. I was late, and I was supposed to be there by 7:30. Go time was at 9:30. I got there like 8. Still went ahead at 9:30. I woke up. It was 1:30 in the afternoon. So
Goodness.
I was like trying to get up. They said, "Where are you going?" I got to go. My baby done called me. I got to. Heard about his mama. He crying. I gotta go. She was like, "You look all of 50 Shades of Green. Where are you trying to go?" I'm trying to get dressed to get to the car. And she was like, "Look at you. You stumbling and
I cannot.
and." So this surgery took a lot because even after when I was in the recovery suite, I never felt so sick in my life. I think they had to put like 2 different nausea medications in me because and I had a headache and they were worried about my head hurting, but it was the way the lady had me laying up and she was like, one lady said, "Hey girl, how you doing?" And I was like, "You a little bit too happy. What did I do in that OR room?" He goes, "Oh, you don't remember?" I was like, "No." She was like, "All you said was wee." Let me play. And then she said, and then you kept asking for some heat. I said, "That's right," because the last thing I remember was it felt like Alaska in there, and the anesthesiologist was like, "Hey, it's gonna feel like Alaska, but you're gonna get some heat." I'm up here trying to figure out where the doggone heat is at. I'm freezing. And she was like, "Yeah, you asked about the heat." I think it's I was cold.
I cannot.
So after I got done, um, it was an hour and 41-minute drive back home, and I was this until about 4 o'clock. I was able to stomach some crackers, which tasted so good. Now, mind you, I had to quit eating by 11 then or so I didn't eat anything from no midnight. I didn't eat anything from midnight up until about 4 in the afternoon.
There ain't no way.
Yeah. Now I was able to drink until about 8 o'clock in the morning, but I was like, no, because I might have to go to the bathroom or whatever. She said, so 4 o'clock, I was able to eat some crackers. And then my mom, she bought me some barbecue and I scarfed that thing down. And about 2 bowls of berry cobbler later, and
I cannot.
taking pain pills and this pill and that pill. So it was a very long, this one took a lot out of me. This took a lot out of my body. Whereas the other surgeries, like I said, 6 weeks post-op, I'm not wearing the guard anymore for a shower.
Yeah.
Do some things, but this one I'm limited for 4 months. So, and they're gonna retrain my hand on how to do things. So, like, I have to retrain my hand how to drive again. I have to retrain my hand how to cook because I have that plate in my wrist. So it's gonna be a lot different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the plate, is it ever coming out, or this is it? And
No, they cannot come out. No,
wow,
this is in me till God calls me home.
wow,
Yeah.
man. Okay, I want to ask another question because, and again, I asked this question just out of curiosity. So I just hope you don't take it as like me poking.
No, you're fine.
So essentially, I've seen a movie, and I kind of want to look up the name of it and see, kind of watch it now. But there was a movie when I was younger, and the movie, it was about a man who, I guess you could say, essentially, he was awake during the surgery, but they didn't know it. Like essentially, how can I explain it? Um, he was going under. They did put him under, but
Mhm.
I don't think they gave him enough medicine for the amount of time the surgery would last. I'm not sure if you ever heard of that movie.
It sounds familiar, but I know what you're talking about. So it sounds like they did not give him enough anesthesia.
Hmm.
It came to, and they were still operating on him.
Exactly, and he was. It was. Whew, it was such an intense trailer. I remember the trailer because he woke up and they were like operating on his torso, so his whole everything was just open and hanging out,
Yeah.
and he essentially could hear everybody talking, and he could hear the surgery and stuff. And what he ended up hearing or picking up on was the doctor saying that they were gonna just kill him. Like essentially, it was just like they were in there joking around and playing around, and they were getting to the point to where they were just going. They were like, "Man, I'm just gonna kill him."
Mm.
Like, and he had to. Yeah, it was like an out of body experience. He had to kind of go get somebody and like use his spirit to. It was just weird, but in your situation or this scenario, I just want to know, were you ever afraid of waking up in the middle of surgery and feeling the pain? You know what I'm saying? Like, does that ever happen with surgeries?
So with the second one, with the second one, prior to the surgery, he was like, um, I need to make sure you can bend your fingers because if you cannot bend your fingers, we're gonna have to scratch the surgery. Like we could do it, but we have to just stop. So I remember I was out, um, and prior to that, I remember he was having a conversation with my anesthesiologist. He was like, I want to control the anesthesia
Mm.
because I need her to be awake for some of this.
Yeah.
Well, I remember I was out and I came to for half of it. Now I couldn't say much. All I remember is him saying, "Bend, bend, 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 bend. I need you to bend. I need you to bend. I need you to bend, 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 bend." And I'm like, he's telling me in my ear. I hear him in my like, "Bend, bend, bend. Come on, Courtney, bend, bend. I need you to bend. I need you to bend, bend, move, bend the fingers, bend the fingers." And I'm bending him. He goes, "All right, we're good. Put her under." Um, so what I could tell you that the anesthesiologist is there to control how much medicine I need every step of the way.
Mm.
Um, I did not know until recently that with that surgery, I think he said I was so, and his words, zooted that I kind of stopped breathing for a little bit.
Oh.
I'm like, "Excuse me?"
Yeah, right. Come on now.
I was like, "I'm not taking this." Um, but it can happen. If you get a little bit more, it's not like, "Oh my God, you're gonna die." But
Yeah.
I said I had a whole team of 6 people, so in case something happened, it's all hands go. They're there. So
Yeah.
they do. I know my anesthesiologist. He's an amazing guy. He actually monitors how much is in me at all times. He's literally just making sure my vitals are good, heart rate's good, everything is good. Oh, that never is a thought for me.
Mm.
Um, I think this time I had to have a tube down my throat, uh, which I don't think I had it for the last one. I know I had it for this one because I felt scratchy,
Yeah.
but
Why they gotta put a two if they're dealing with your hand?
to make sure I'm still breathing and to make sure I have oxygen go through my brain.
Gotcha.
Um, so that the thought of not waking up, they have a whole team. Like I've been with the clinic for a while, and I've had surgery at the outpatient clinic. This is my second time at the outpatient clinic, and the second surgery was at the hospital. So with the outpatient clinic, they do have a team. I think, yeah, I had a whole team in my room
Wow.
checking my bottles, helping with the surgery. I mean, yeah, if anything ever happens, boom, they're there. They know what to do. So it never occurred to me. I always joke with him, and I'm like, "Look, I need a playlist.
Yeah.
Gonna have a good playlist because I'm gonna start singing, and that's what we do. We will sing together I don't know about this one, but the last 3, I sung with him,
Wow.
and they would freak out every time. They're like, "She's fine. This is what she does." And he was like, "I've never met someone that sung the whole playlist."
So you out it, but you sing it.
I'm I'm half out. I'm quick enough to be conscious enough to where if he tells me to do something, I'm able to do it. So that's why I said they'll monitor how much they put in me enough to where, okay, let's not fully knock her out. Let's keep her awake long enough for the doctor to do what he has to do. Then we'll knock her out. So
Okay.
fully awake, and I'm just hearing music, and we're playing Eminem, and I'm just like,
I cannot.
and we listened to Dr. Dre, and me and him are rapping to Eminem, and just I'm rapping, and I hear him rapping in my ear, and I'm rapping back to him, and
He know Eminem. He's a doctor that know Eminem.
I was highly shocked myself.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Like what?
I thought his playlist was gonna be like some jazz, something. I love jazz, some jazz music, maybe some opera, but he came with it. I was like, oh, Eminem, and we singing Dre. Oh,
Nah, that's crazy.
you, Doc, with the Eminem. Like I said, he was rapping and I'm rapping, and
Come on, Doc.
everybody in the room was like, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah.
And it's funny because he uses me as a training tool,
Wow.
and I'm cool with that. I'll be like, "Look,
Yeah.
charging you. If you're gonna use me for a training, I'm charging you."
Absolutely.
He was like, "You're very popular now, Miss Singer Lady," and you could actually hear him singing and me singing at the same time.
I cannot.
When I came back to the follow up for the third surgery, everybody was like, "I heard about you singing, Miss Lady." Okay,
Not.
I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Yeah.
It's it was fun. Like he was like, "You were doing good till you started moving your feet,"
Yeah.
because I was ready to dance. So I was like, "Okay, let me do something."
I cannot. I cannot.
So yeah, they know me that I'm funny. When you put that happy juice and you give me that, and when you put the hand on the I'm funny. I'm like, wee, and they'll know. But if you scoot over, I'm like, y'all know I'm 5'2". Oh, I'm sorry. I'm 5'2".
Short.
Why, thank you, darling.
I'm 6'4", so yeah, that's
Six
short.
four.
Yeah, I'm 6'4". I'm tall.
I'm 5'2". And I'm like, y'all know I am 5'2". Y'all better help me move across the doggone table. And they're just like laughing. I'm like, wee.
Yo, I cannot.
The nurse was cracking up. She goes, not we.
Not we. Yeah.
I'm like, my butt is showing. I throw air. Y'all better cover up my butt, dolls. And they were just like cracking laughing, like, oh my God, she is hilarious. And then I remember they were like, what's your name? What's your date of birth? What are we doing?
Mhm.
And I'm like, tell my information. And then that's all I remember. And then I woke up and it was 1:30 in the afternoon. And I was like, I got to go. But the nurse was like, no, ma'am, you're not leaving until I feel you are ready to be discharged. We be here till 5 o'clock when they close. You're not going nowhere. And I was like, I couldn't even say nothing. All I could do was I said, well, I have to go to the bathroom. Let me go to the bathroom. Came back and she goes, you want to try and get dressed? I'm trying to get dressed, falling over. And I have surgery on my right hand. I had IV in my left hand, trying to hold the IV straight down because they had unhooked me. And he was like, you were so dehydrated that we had to put so much liquids in you. I was like, and you're telling me this now? Why?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a long surgery. They called it like before I had the surgery. They were like, it'll probably be about 3 to 4 weeks. I mean, 3 to 4 hours. Um,
Wow.
and it was 4. I was done by 1:30.
I'm 13. Yeah. Wow. Do they ever take a break between that time, like before, or are they 4 hours just straight working on you?
It was straight.
Oh my
I
goodness.
So my doctor had a patient before me. I think me and that patient were the first two.
Wow.
They thing about me is because I live the furthest away, they trying to accommodate me. Like, look, we're gonna get you. You're gonna be second person to be done to beat Sam. So I think I was number two because the first one he was done, and then after me, I remember I was talking to the nurse and the anesthesiologist. He was like, "Time out, time out, time out." I'm like,
Wow.
"Oh, who got in trouble?
Right.
You ready?" I'm like, do I have a choice?" He's like, "No, we ready. Let's go." The family member that was there with me, they had to leave because it wasn't everybody in the machine. So they had to leave. He comes in with the ultrasound and he was like, you got a nice looking vein right here. You ready? I'm inserting needle. I'm like,
Oh,
you just gave me an epidural. He goes, yeah, yeah.
oh my.
Gonna be able to yeah. Then they put the happy juice in me and it was game on. He goes, all right, you got the happy juice in me. We're gonna get ready to take you out.
Mm.
I'm being weird. I'm like, bye, hasta la pasta.
Yeah. I slip past. No, no, come on.
I was gone. As soon as that the happy juice, he was like, look, you're gonna have some medication
Yeah.
to take. I take some pills prior to just let it kind of help. after. So I had to take some pills. Then he goes, "You're gonna have your happy juice." I said, "Yep, give me my cocktail. I already know I get the cocktail. The cocktail." He goes, then we're gonna put a needle in you. Then we're gonna have the happy juice or the I don't care medicine. Yeah, give me that I don't care medicine. My anxiety is hot. I need it. Give it. Then
Care medicine.
it was called because I didn't care. Then he said, then we'll put you in the back. Then we'll give you anesthesia. Okay, as long as you give me the I don't care medicine, that's what I look forward to. Give me the I don't care. Because my anxiety will be, my anxiety was through the roof. Except for this one. I don't know. I think God was really with me.
Yeah.
Prayer warriors was with me because for the first time, I had peace.
Mm.
And that's something that I never had. Not with the last surgery, the other surgeries. I was simply at peace.
Wow. What you mean by peace?
Meaning that I didn't have a worry.
Wow.
I felt like God was covering me. I felt like my angels were covering me. I felt he had his hands all over that clinic that day because I tell you, I felt peace. When normally you would hear monitor, but I was literally at peace. And I knew then, God, he's with me.
Wow.
From the time I had to put on the gown, my nurse, she knew I was nervous.
Yeah.
The radiologist, he was like, "Do you relax?" No. He was talking to me, and even him, he was calming. He was very calming with me.
Yeah.
I said a prayer for everybody.
Yeah.
Just felt peace. I felt like God was in that room. My angels were in that room. The prayer world felt like everybody that was praying for me, those be that day. And I just went in with peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Like the resolve you have, and I feel like you going through this many surgeries and having what is rheumatoid arthritis?
Yeah, I have rheumatoid arthritis. That's what the surgery is for. Yeah.
Yeah, like that, and that being something that's associated with older people. 41, you are freaking young. I dare say a baby. 41 is not no, it's not. It's not.
It
Like the
comes out like even with my son, I have to watch because he's 16.
yeah,
I keep him monitored because his doctor was like, yeah, being with family genetic. That's why I tell everybody, like, when I had my infusions, I used to do videos,
yeah,
put it on my Facebook, put it on my IG, and I would, make everybody aware of, look, please get tested. Please get tested. And
yeah.
come back and said, thank you for your video. I got tested and I have RA now.
Wow.
People with RA can also get what's called drug they said drug infect or people with RA with the medication that I'm on could also get lupus because of the medication.
Really?
Oh, I have to get tested every 8 weeks. Like I'm way behind. I got tested, but my infusion, I'm way, way behind. Like I'm gonna get fussed at. I already know. But
Come on now.
I have to watch my son because they were like, you need to keep an eye on your son.
Yeah, because he could have it, essentially.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He could have it. Like I said, it's inherited.
What are the symptoms, if you don't mind me asking?
So when I was diagnosed with it, I didn't really have any symptoms other than just the swollen knee. But then again, I hit my knee up against the grill. I thought it was that, but it was not going away. So it could be disfigured joints, pain that doesn't really help when you take Motrin, nothing like that. If you're in severe pain, inflammation, it affects your whole body. It affects your eyes, your heart, your lungs, your liver, kidneys. It affects everything. So if your family has it, chances are you're going to get it.
Wow.
If your family doesn't have it, if you see like anything going on with your fingers, any shifting or any swan necking, which is like your fingers aren't like straight as much. But the biggest thing for me was just the pain. The pain was literally too much. Tylenol wasn't helping.
Yeah.
Motrin wasn't helping. The swelling wasn't going down. It was still the size of a grapefruit. And I was like, all right, let me go get tested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it like for? I know we're coming up on an hour, so I don't want to put too much deeper on. I know I don't want to keep you drawn out, but I guess if I have one other question, you know what? Let me ask this question. For people who have never had surgery, people who have never, again, my mom being one of them, it was said that she may have to have surgery on her leg. Um, so for people who never had surgery or who just are afraid that they may die during the surgery and, they don't trust going, leaving their life in somebody else's hand while they pretty much knocked out. Like, what advice or what words would you give somebody that's stepping into that for the first time?
Pray.
Mm,
Pray, 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 pray. I People who know me know I'm a very big hypochondriac. I will freak out over the littlest thing.
mm,
I remember I asked my first doctor, how risky is it? And she was like, compared to other surgeries, you're at a very low risk.
mm,
The second surgery, same question. Third surgery, same question. This last surgery, I was really freaking out like, oh my God.
yeah.
The one thing that they told me was it is a low risk, but we're worried about you maybe getting nerve damage later on because with my left hand, I do get swelling from time to time. That's the effects of the damage of the nerve damage.
Mm,
It is what it is. With this hand, we don't know if I'm gonna have the same effect. The swelling kind of goes off and on because they're working on my hand,
yeah.
like exercises go. But I would honestly, like my mother has told me, put it all in God's hand.
Yeah.
Um, have your prayer warriors with you.
Mm,
Have them pray over you. Pray with my mom. She came down and she prayed for me the night before the surgery. She prayed for me the day before. She prayed for me before I was leaving. She was praying
mm,
for me. Of course, she said to pray for me during the surgery. She has a church of her own, and people at the church were praying for me. So
wow.
my thing is, if this is your first surgery, it's like my nurse told me. She said, if you weren't nervous, I would be concerned.
Wow.
She said, you being nervous is fine. If you weren't nervous, I would be highly like, okay, what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? Yeah.
Um, and it always boiled down to cosmetics versus quality of life.
Mm,
The surgery is going to help your quality of life be a whole lot better than it was. Then you need to get it. If, just know that you're going to be okay. God's got you, and what's meant for you is meant for you. You know, um, Even though I've had these surgeries, I still go in freaking out. I have a child, and that's the part. I'm like, oh my God, what if I don't make it? But it's normal to be nervous. It's normal to be scared, but don't let that fear consume you. When you go in that room, you're gonna have your nurse, you're gonna have the doctor, you're gonna have the anesthesiologist, and then when you go into that OR room, you're gonna have a whole team watching you, watching your vitals. If the smallest thing goes, they're on it.
mm,
And the funny thing is with this surgery, where my suite was, it was indirect of the crash cart. And when I saw that crash cart, I was like, oh my God. I got a little bit nervous, but I said, God, I know you got me. God, I know you got me. God, I know you're putting your hands on my doctor, on the PA, on the nurses, on the anesthesiologist. I
yeah.
got me, God. So pray, pray. I have never, when I tell you, my faith has been tested numerous times.
Yeah.
It's been with me. Just pray, and then you make sure that you have your will, your direct, I forget what it's called, but make sure you have your directive. Make sure you have your will. Make sure you have, like me, I have a list of people that if something happens to me, they will get notified. Scary as it is, I have that list.
Wow. You have to make that list.
I do, yeah.
Wow.
Even though I know God's got me, I still, nobody goes to my phone. So
Yeah.
they're not going to know who to call, So I
Mhm.
have a list of people, my medical team, therapists, friends, all that, mentors. I have a whole list of people say, hey, in case something happens to me, here, go on my phone, look up these people and let them know what's going on with me.
Wow.
When I came out, they got notified. That, hey, thank you for telling us you're okay. Thank you for that person for mentioning that you're okay. I hate to be very grim, but that's just how I look at it.
Yeah.
And they asked me, in the event that you need a blood transfusion, will you be okay? I said, well, I'm anemic, so hey, I need the blood. So just like I said, just make sure you have somebody there.
Yeah.
I always pack my surgery bag the day before, because I am outpatient.
Mhm.
Surgery bag is mostly my bedroom shoes because they give you the big old socks and my shoes can't take it. So I wear my slippers, my bedroom,
Yeah.
a change of clothes if I have to have it, um, ginger ale, crackers, because I know with me, when I had the last surgery, I
Yeah.
got sick from the infusion. I don't know if they put more than what, I don't know. I just know that I got sick the first time last year. So
Yeah.
I knew this time, okay, get your bedroom shoes, get your ginger ale, get your banana, get your headphones. I was too nervous to even use my headphones. Like I iPad in my book bag, didn't even look at that. Um, I had my phone in the suite the whole time. I had a blanket, even though I couldn't take it with me. I still had the blanket, but up until that's the blanket. I had my water bottle because I was drinking a little bit more water. Make sure, obviously, definitely make sure you have all your medications that you take it with you because they're gonna tell you, you're gonna get it, they're gonna give you a list of what you need to do. So I just know that me having these surgeries for so many times, I know what to put in my bag, what to bring, what to say. Like this last surgery, I was like, hey doc, or I talked to the nurse, I said, hey, I had a stomach issue. Can we still do this? They said yes. Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
So and just be candid, just be open and honest to say, hey, look, I'm anxious. I'm scared. They know. They know that she's there, he or she's anxious. They know that, you're gonna be nervous, you're gonna be worried. Um, make sure you have someone to take you home. Make sure you have someone there because for the first 24 hours you have to have somebody there with you.
Wow.
Um,
You have to.
yes, for the first 24 hours you have to have somebody there with you. To stay with you at home.
Yeah.
Just in case something goes wrong or any complications, you know, you can call the doctor. Like for me, I have the on-call physician. So something happens, I call my doctor or the on-call physician, and they'll tell me what to do. But for the first 24 hours, you have to have somebody there. Um, Ask important questions like, "Hey, can I take a shower after the surgery?"
Yeah.
For me, I couldn't. I couldn't take a shower until like she said 5 p.m. the next day, but I said no. We're gonna do 1 o'clock. Crazy thing is, I didn't take a shower till after 5 o'clock anyway. Because of the fact that the reason why they said 24 hours is because the anesthesia is still in you. And the anesthesia was still in me over the next day. Like everything, all the senses came back to me.
Yeah.
Um, I could tell it was wearing off. I still felt pain in my neck. My throat was too itchy. So that's why they say, the first 24 hours, no shower. Um, because you're not going to be able to walk straight. I remember when I came home, I smelled somebody grilling. I remember I was walking towards the smell, and the person that drove me was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm hungry. I smell food.
What?
I'm going to get it."
What? Yeah, you something else with that food.
So I'm walking, I'm like literally stumbling, hanging off the car, hanging on to their car. I mean, I'm really trying to get to that doggone barbecue because it was smelling so good. I was so hungry. And mom comes out the door. She's like, "What is she doing?" And the guy, the person was like, "She's trying to get some barbecue. She's
I cannot.
He's like, hold on, wait. Courtney. And he's pulling me towards the house. And I'm like, I'm hungry. They got food. I'm going to get some.
I'm going to get some.
So, and just make sure you're comfortable. Make sure that, your pillows propped up,
Yeah.
just make sure you're comfortable. But definitely make sure you have somebody there that can help you. Just because like I said, the first 24 hours, you're gonna need help.
Yeah.
And take your medicines. I hate antibiotics, but I have to take it. So definitely make sure you take your antibiotics. Take your pain. If you have pain meds, take your pain meds as good.
It's as scheduled. As scheduled. Yep.
As scheduled. My last surgery, I was like, "Oh, I'm good. I don't need a pain pill." Yeah, whatever. I was crying. And I had to wait 2 hours to take the next dose. So
wow.
Take the pain meds as needed. Take the antibiotics as needed. Of course, take your normal medications as well. But communicate with the doctor. Hey, I'm on this pill, or I have this issue. They're gonna ask you when you get there. Like for me, I had to take magnesium, I think Motrin, and something, and gabapentin. And they said, "Do you have any heart issues?" I was like, "Nope," because if I did, I couldn't take it. So always be upfront and honest with your doctor, especially with any health issues that you have. Of course, your doctor's gonna know, but they're gonna ask you again, just to be on the safe side, because things change as we get older.
Right. Right.
So yeah, just pray, lean on to who you believe in, and put it all in their hands.
Man. Ooh. Yeah. This is okay. I want to ask just one more question.
You're done.
Just one more question, and then I get at your hair.
You're fine.
I just want to know, only because you emphasize this a lot, and I know that people who could be listening to this, because I'm gonna post this, and I know people who will be going into surgery. I know some people who have and probably have to go again. So if any of those type of people are listening to this, how can they, or what are some signs or some things, some tips that they can do to help find the doctor, the surgeon that's right for them?
I usually, like any specialist that I have leaving, or they're not leaving, or if I have to go to another specialist, I always ask, "Hey, do you know anybody?" Because 10 out of 10, they can refer you to somebody that they know.
Okay.
And even though I listen to them, except for my current OT surgeon, no one knew him because he was brand new to the company. So I kind of like what I do with food or anything. I look at reviews. I will look you up, see how your review is, da 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 da. And with him, I looked him up, and the reviews were everything that it said it was. He bedside manner, courteous, goes beyond for his patients. So all I say is don't put all your eggs in one basket, and look at how the other patients review that doctor.
Yeah.
And then you make a determine, okay, is this one for me? Go to that doctor, ask all your questions, and if you feel like something is off, or you don't feel like this is the one for me, it's okay. It's okay to say, hey, I'm gonna go somewhere else. For me, I really didn't have that time crunch to do so, but the reviews alone, and just when I went to the place, everybody was so welcoming and so sweet and so reassuring.
Yeah.
That I said, okay, God, if this is who I'm supposed to go to, then make it so. I've been with him since 2022.
Wow.
So, Do your homework, review. Like I said, check the reviews. How do other patients see this doctor? Are
Yeah.
they good reviews? Are they bad reviews? You know, take the insurance. That's a big factor because at one time they were like, "Hey, you know, I don't know if your insurance will cover it." Now, my first group was 25,000. When I saw that, I said, "Is that's for two hands, right?"
Yeah.
For one, excuse me,
Oh my goodness. 2000?
25,000.
20.
Yeah, for one hand. My second surgery was about that same price. The third one was about 20 something thousand, and I'm shudder to think. So definitely ask, hey, because if so, when I had the third surgery, they were like, hey, depending on your insurance, you might not be able to go to the hospital. You might have to go to outpatient. Are you fine with that? I said, I mean, I can do outpatient because the outpatient clinic was attached to my doctor's office anyway. So that was fine for me.
Yeah.
And all he had to do was go straight over. So that was fine. Definitely make sure will my insurance cover it?
Yeah.
Is there a copay? You know, because sometimes when they do these follow-ups, you know, pre-op, post-op, there might be a copay. You know, asked, you know, I always say, and then when you go the surgery route, and when they mention the surgery, ask questions. Like I had a list of questions that I gave my caretaker to ask the doctor, because things I had to ask, like, you know, what am I going to do after the surgery? What do you expect? So when I did the follow up, I had even more questions because I had to meet with the OT. So if you have a physical therapist or occupational therapist, ask them. They might have questions for you to ask.
Yeah.
Like if my OT has a question, I will call my doctor's office and say, "Hey, my OT needs to talk to my doctor. Pass you through," and they'll have a little conversation. You know, and ask them, even though they might say your healing time is 6 to 8 weeks, for me, it's double because of my bones and stuff like that. So it went from 6 to 8 weeks to 12 to 16 weeks. So always ask important questions. Like I always say, advocate for your health. Always like, what's my recovery time? Like for my splint, I'm like, do you have to wear it every day? Yes, you got to wear it every day, all day, 24/7. Don't take it off unless you go to OT.
Yeah.
You know, what can I do after my surgery? Can I move my joint? Can I not move my joint? How am I going to be able to function with this new implant or this surgery?
Yeah.
What do you expect OT to do or PT to do with me? You know, how long will it take me to learn how to drive again? My first surgery took a whole year. I couldn't drive for a whole year. So ask all the questions you want to ask. Before the surgery, I've asked during the surgery, I've asked after the surgery, I've asked during the follow-up.
You ain't playing.
They know, oh, she'll come. I ask every question in the morning. Then, like last week, my OT had a question. So I called them like, hey, my OT has a question. Can you pass it to my doctor? He was not available. The nurse responded back with, here's the answer. So we will have questions still.
Yeah.
Ask all the questions. Advocate for your health. And know that if it's a quality of life issue, you need to get it done. Get it done. Don't be scared. Lean on your support system. Lean on your friends, your family, your pastor, your who you believe in. Lean on that village, because I'm telling you, that village.
Yeah.
That village when you come out of surgery. You're gonna need that village when you get ready for the surgery. You're gonna need that village prior to the surgery. So yeah, you need that village.
Ooh, you talking. That village. That village.
That's everybody. The village. I don't like asking for help.
Yeah.
I'd rather suffer than ask for help. And
Yeah.
it's not to be mean. It's not to just not that I'm grateful. It's because my mother raised me to be very, very independent.
Yeah.
So when all the health issues hit, especially with the RA, I had to learn to depend on people. And
Yeah.
this time I have no choice.
Yeah.
I have no choice but to depend on people.
Mm.
I have no choice but to say, hey, I can't do this on my own. I can't do this on my own. I can't do this. I can't do this. I need help. Like I had to have help literally around the clock.
Yeah.
It's gotten better now, but I still need help with doing it.
Yeah. And the fact that you know you need help and you're willing to receive that help. So many people ain't willing to receive help, let alone ask for it.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. Yeah.
Can you help me get dressed?
Yeah.
Help me put on my shirt?
Yeah.
Help me do my hair? Can you wash my hair?
Yeah.
Let me admit, I've hit my lowest of the lows when I had to ask someone to help feed me because I'm right hand dominant. So my left hand doesn't have a lot of strength.
Yeah.
Enough to get me by, but there are times where like if I can't finish all the way, I'll have to say, hey, can you help me with this? Because I can't finish because the food might be on the corner of the plate and I can't scoop it up.
Yeah.
So it's it could be a task mentally and physically for a person, but know that the people that are helping you do it because they care. They want you to get better, stronger.
And you probably even said that you can tell who there for you
Yeah.
when you're at your lowest.
Amen to that. You definitely are gonna know. You're definitely gonna know when you're at your lowest who's really there for you. When you decide I want to make some cuts.
Yeah.
Make some cuts because I'm at my lowest and you're not there for me.
Yeah.
You got to go.
Yeah.
There's, and I can also say this, do not stress out while you're in recovery. Try to minimize your stress because at the end of the day, the stress is not really going to help you.
Yeah.
It's gonna make the healing a lot slower. Don't be like me and eat once a day. I have a different issue, but if you can eat. If you have problems trying to eat for whatever reason, talk to your doctor and say, hey, look, I'm struggling trying to eat.
Yeah.
I see a dietitian, or hey, I what can I do to get that supplemental in me? They tell you that they prefer you eat your nutrients, not drink it. But for me, I have to drink it at a time. So I have like a meal replacement shake or a banana Nutri-Grain bar, and then at 5 o'clock I'll eat again. But it is a struggle for me to use my left hand to try and eat. So that's why I tell everybody, that's why I said ask the doctors, what are your limitations?
Yeah.
Can I walk? Obviously, don't sit in bed all day every day. If you can get up out of walk for a little bit, that'll help.
Yeah.
Ask them, how far can I walk? Can I go walk?
Yeah.
Do I have to have some kind of like guard so I don't get my, the limb that had the surgery on wet? Like for me, I have to have a shower guard on my arm every day.
Mm. You can't get it wet? Can't get your hand wet?
But they have to have that splint. So I got to keep the splint on. So yeah.
Gotcha. Wow. This is why I brought you on. Like, I mean, it speaks for itself. The story speaks for itself. When you first told me all this, I'm gonna be honest. I struggled to believe it was real. Like, I was just like, man, like, are you serious? Like, but of course, why would you make any of this up? And it's just like, I think even more was the question of how are you still sane? You got one of the most calmest voices I never heard. Like, if a person, you do.
Thank you. That means a lot. Really, I've been through a lot, not just with the surgeries, but with life in general. I've been through much from the time I was born to now that people ask me, how are you still standing? And I can't lie. There are times where I was at the lowest of the low to the point where I was like, God, I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
but I have a purpose. I realize that now that there's no test without testimony. So, and I've shared my testimony to so many people, not just about the RA, but just stuff that I've gone through with my own life. And people are like, thank you for sharing your story. Or
Mm.
can I talk to you about having RA? Or, do you feel like this? And with other things in my life, people have reached out to me and be like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
thank you for just being there.
Yeah.
So how am I still being sane? Absolutely my faith, first and foremost. First, you'd be surprised that when your faith isn't as strong, is go through so many setbacks in your life, and you like, you're getting the devil's attacking you.
Yep.
You're gonna learn to lean on your faith a whole lot more.
Yep.
And you're gonna learn that, all right, God, the devil's attacking me. Something big must be happening for me. He is busy, and he has been truly busy this year. And also, I'm gonna say this: therapy has helped. She's an amazing, amazing woman. She's gone through some health issues herself to where we can be somewhat relatable. And when she shared her story with me, I'm like, how are you doing this? How? And it's her faith, her religion, who she believes in. And I'm just like, it's gotta be, because you're just like nothing ever happened. She's a strong, strong woman, and told her, I said, I want to be like you when I grow up. I want to be like you because my God, woman.
Mhm.
She has some strong, strong faith. And
This is who again?
my
Your mom?
therapist, my
Your
therapist.
therapist. I'm sorry, your therapist.
So if you, and that's one of the reasons why I want to become a certified rehabilitation counselor,
Wow.
graduate, because I never even heard of one until a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
If I knew of one back then, I would have went the understanding of my health issues and how it affects me mentally and physically.
Yeah.
So that's one reason, I've been a stronger advocate for people that are disabled like me, whether it's a mental disability or physical. I wanted from there to say, hey, I've been through it. Yeah, I made it. You can make it too. I mean, yeah, so yeah.
Oh, you would be a good one. I think yeah. You
Thank,
just well, you would be amazing.
thank you. I've been getting that with my mentors. They've been they're happy for me. They're just like, you want to get that doctorate, go. And I'm like, yeah. So
Yeah. Sometimes you don't unlock certain passions until you don't went through certain experiences.
yeah.
Just to
So
find out, you know what I'm saying? Just to find out, oh, this is a burning passion now. You know?
it always been after, so I used to be a chef, and after I became a chef,
Wow.
accident, got into a car accident, and I couldn't work in the food industry anymore. And then the RA and then other stuff started developing from the accident. And I was like, I've always loved to help people.
Yeah.
If if I know you had a good day, then that makes my day that could be really crappy turn to something better, because I'm like, you know what, this person had a good day because of me. What I'm going through is small compared to what they're going through. So being able to help somebody has always been a passion of mine.
That's exactly how I feel. Even with doing stuff like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see it? You see it? Yeah. Seeing somebody says that's why I do what I do. Like, I just got work. You know what I'm saying? Most people wouldn't want to be talking to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I literally get I get this is my fuel. Like this is a high for me. This is my drug. Me getting this out of your brain and picking your brain and you letting me in and letting me explore your experiences and you like this is a high for me.
Yeah, this is your calling. So for me, I was always scared to share my story until that one day someone said, share your story. You never know who you're going to be helping.
Exactly.
And if I helped anybody with this, I am extremely thankful. And I think everybody or anybody, if I just touch one person today, that would be the best highlight of my life for me. And if anybody has any questions about RA, definitely hit me up. Like I said, I've had this since I was 26 years old. I'm 41 now.
Wow. 26. Wow. Wow. Where can they find you? Like, is it socials or a number? I don't know.
I'm on TikTok a lot, so they can find me on TikTok, and my TikTok is Virgo Courtney. You'll see me on my motorcycle. I used to ride motorcycles. That's my baby. I used to ride motorcycles before I got hit. So
Really?
you'll see me on a motorcycle, and you'll see my name. You'll see the American flag. You'll see the Nigerian flag, and then you'll see CMHC graduate. So that's where they can find me. That's me. Just send a message, say, "Hey, can we talk about this?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Yeah.
Oh, let's go, guys. Hey, hit her up. Go follow her, support her, message her. Again, that's how we met on TikTok, and we haven't stopped talking since. You know what I'm saying? It's been a back and forth. Granted, she's better at responding faster than I am, but but it's been a communication up to this point of making sure that we get this podcast going, and she has been nothing but a ball of joy, and oh yeah, and peace, and just someone that you really want in your corner when it comes to just the love and the support, just basic, just from what I can tell, even from the days or weeks we've known each other so far, like I can tell that you're genuine, authentic.
Thank you, darling. Everybody told me. I try to be. I try
Yep,
to be relatable. Like I tell everybody, I want to be that relatable therapist.
exactly.
Because if I could relate to you as a client and or patient,
Yeah.
Like I told my therapist, I said she gives me just enough to let me know that she's human. And that's what I'm about. I'm gonna give you just enough to let you know that I've been there.
Yeah.
I might not have been in your exact shoes, but I've walked in some shoes to where I can say, okay, I've been kind of where you've been. I know what you're like mentally. I know how it feels to be physically be in pain every day, or mentally, if you're neurodivergent, yeah, so am I. So I've been there. So I just want to help people and share my story and be that relatable therapist. So nobody feels alone. Nobody feels like, oh my God, no one's here for me.
Mm. I'm bringing you back on here. I hope you know that.
I know. I had that feeling.
All right. Because I want to introduce you to my group when you're ready. If you want to do it, I know we got a motivational group coming up this Friday. If you want to do this Friday, or we want to do it next week, whenever. I want them to hear you. I want them to throw questions at you.
Are we having a rapid fire session?
Yep. Oh, rapid fire seconds, put you right on the spot.
I do those. I like those. I'm ready for those.
Oh, you like those? All right. We gonna see.
Okay, bring it. I'm up for
We
it.
gonna see. Okay. All right. All right. We got about 10 to 20 people ask you questions, and that's what you want.
Hey, it wouldn't be the first time.
Okay.
I had a therapist. I met her. It was to do my practicum, and 5 minutes rapid fire. And I'm like, I took a deep breath. We went at it back and forth. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Okay. Because I'm trying to tell you this right. I'm like, oh, this is a drug to me. You have no idea. I'm so fired up right now. Like, I probably won't be going to sleep for about another 3 hours.
Well, my sleep schedule is shot. I literally didn't sleep much this morning. I slept in between the afternoons, so I'm gonna be up to myself. So probably do some homework.
But come on now, you just say you need to be getting rest after that surgery.
I know. You're right. I do. Rest is very important for healing.
Come on now.
I will
Practice what you preach.
You're right. And you know what? Actually, I've gotten better. I've slept more. It's just last night I took a late nap. So I was up to like 3 in the morning on TikTok, and I went to bed, woke up 2 hours later, went back to sleep. So
Mm,
it was my fault. But for the most part, I am getting more sleep. So
okay. All right, that's good. As long as you try, as long as it's getting better.
I am. It's getting better. It's getting
I love that. All right. Well, again, it's your boy Trey. Let's just talk Trey with Courtney. Again, y'all go follow her. I will be uploading this. And again, this will just fall underneath my everything podcast where we just talk about any and everything. This being surgery in particular, but motivation through it and just a life-giving podcast in general, man. It's the words that you gave today was amazing. So
better. Thank you.
thank you. I'm gonna hit you up. You know, I'm gonna hit you up on Instagram. But anything else you want to say before we dip off?
My prayers go out to everyone. My prayers go out to your mother. She does have surgery. Just keep her in my prayers. She's gonna be just fine. I know God's gonna have his hands on those doctors. He said I'm big.
Absolutely.
So I keep everybody in my prayers. If you're going through it, know that you're not alone.
Yeah.
You're not alone. So
Thank you, man. I ain't about to cry on this podcast. So
I'm cool.
nah, I appreciate that. When it comes to my mama, I don't play with my mama. So
I understand.
yeah, I appreciate that. I really hit. So thank you. But I'll hit you up. And until next time, y'all. Peace. Thank you, Courtney.
You're welcome.
All right, I'll talk to you.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.